Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in today to Flowers HVAC YouTube channel. Today it's about it's 3:55, almost 4 p.m. Running the last service call of the day. Had a longtime customer. I actually installed this unit several years ago, probably 5 or 6 years ago. He called and said, I got home from a trip and my house is 80 degrees and the indoor fan is running, but the outdoor unit's not operating. So we're gonna go see if we can't take care of him and whatever the issue may be. Alright, so we made it to this job. This is an Amana 2-stage system that I put in. Let's see, we got a serial number of 19 right there. So we'll put that in probably 2019 or 20. And we have an error code here of L6. L6. Let's see what L6 is. On the diagnostics. Let's see. I don't see anything there. Nothing there as well. There always is a little error code box, but let me find it. Alright, so we have our L6, which is an open winding, compressor start winding. So let's check our capacitors. He added this starting capacitor on here. $35 plus 5. Let's measure it. Turn it to microfarads to read capacitance. And we'll go from common to start, common to Herm. We're reading 0.029 out of 35. No good. And the fan is 4.9, which is good. Might as well check this hard start, whatever it is. It's reading 261.8, which is good. I've never put one of these on, these AMRAD capacitors, but they seem to be pretty high quality, which is not saying I wouldn't install them, but haven't really had the opportunity. My supply house doesn't carry them, so. But they are American made, which is good. What am I doing? This thing's bad. here talking to you. All right, let's go change it. Now, I have a new Jard 35/5. I've had really good luck with them. They still fail like anything else, but they fail less regular than others that I've tried. This is reading 35.48, which is perfect. It's overcharged, that's what I like. And this one is 4.999. It's always best practice to check your new capacitor to make sure it is reading correctly before you slap it on. You know, there are those instances where you don't check it and you put it on and your unit's not firing up and you're like, what else would it be? And it's just simply your new capacitor has lost its charge as well. No, no. All right, now got the capacitor fixed. Let's check our amp draw. This one, I know it's this one here. Let's hope for the best. Forgot there's a little time delay. So let's sit here and wait for the time delay. So while we're here sitting here waiting for our C3, which is our time delay, 5-minute compressor time delay, I was looking at this coil and you can see that it's pretty blocked up. This is a pretty hands-on guy, and as you can see, he changed his own capacitor, so he's pretty hands-on, but he is forgetting to wash out his condenser. So I'm gonna offer that to him while the system's down. Go ahead and clean it, you know, that way we have a fully operational unit working at peak performance for the summer, because we're having some 98, 100 degree days. So if we can help this system operate a little bit better, why don't we do that? But it's up to him. He might want to do it himself. Who knows? Okay, so the unit is up and running. Pretty good. So our issue was the capacitor. No other issues that I can see. Our fan motor's running at 8.9. And our compressor's running at 9.5. Perfect. Client states that there was no previous issues with cooling or anything like that. Running great. It was just, he also stated it was a little bit loud every time it ran for the past few weeks. And I told him that's what happens in these two-stage units when you have a hard start kit firing up the compressor without the start capacitor. You know, you have a hard start capacitor, then a starting capacitor, run capacitor, whatever you want to call it. Without the run/start capacitor, the compressor may or may not start up, but if it does, it's going to kick on and it's going to sound really, really loud. You know, this unit is pretty quiet. So if you have a loud compressor all of a sudden, you know there's something up. And so I cleared the drain line, but it's actually bone dry because it's been off for several days. There was no water in it. So I'm gonna go run some water down it, fill that P-trap up, and client, as I suspected, denied us cleaning this unit. He said he'd do it himself, so more power to him. It's his unit, it's his property, he wants to maintain it, that's fine. So we'll just wrap it up and get on down. Perfect. Okay, ladies and gents, that's one of the more easier calls, the most convenient calls that an air conditioning technician can run. It's almost guaranteed. And in 95-degree weather, a lot of parts are going to fail pretty regular. Capacitors, starting capacitors, it's either going to be a contactor or something like that, so no biggie. And when you have a client like this, just great guy, but he kind of wants to do stuff himself, save some money, hey, more power to you, sir. I'm just here. I can offer you the service. Obviously, it's not free because I'm a for-profit business, but I offered to fully clean that outdoor unit for him, take the top off, take the side panels off if it was needed, spray it down, totally clean it. And he said, "Oh, I can do that." I said, "Okay, good, then we're all good." And you just collect payment and move on. One thing I didn't do, and I don't feel like it's necessary on every service call, and I see a lot of AC technicians, the very first thing they do, almost the very first thing, is they'll put gauges on the system. They'll just walk up and be like, "Oh, well, it's not working, let me put my gauges on it real quick." And that's the first thing you do, when in all reality, I personally don't feel like you need to put gauges on every system you walk up to. You just don't need to. Client states, "Man, it was working perfect when I left on my short little trip, 3-4 days. Working great, cooling great." Well, I know when in 100-degree weather, if it's cooling great, I know that refrigerant level's good, everything's working. So I know there was something snapped, and it was more than likely not a leak, a huge leak. And so things like that, it just saves you time. And plus, I don't want to put my gauges on every single system I walk up to. It's not necessary. You figure out the problem, you solve the issue, and then you can offer an extra service or an added service of, "Hey, do you want me to totally clean this and check out the entire system, which includes refrigerant, clean the condenser, take a look at the indoor unit, see if it's operating at peak operation?" And they can say yes or no. Obviously, that comes with an added cost, and they can say yes or no, and it's totally up to them. And so that's how I approach my business. It's not unethical or anything like that. It's just there's no need. If you get your temperature splits between evaporator intake and the supply air temp that's closest to the unit, and it's reasonable 16 to 21 degrees, I think you're perfect. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. I've been super busy, and YouTube and social media is not my game. I'm a hands-on, blue-collar type of guy. I'd rather have a tool in my hand than a phone holder or a phone stabilizer. And it's so funny. I'll be like, yeah, this will be a great project to shoot a little video, show a how-to, whatever. And I'll get to the job, I'll meet the customer, and they'll be showing me what needs to get done or whatever, and I'll just get right to it. And then about a quarter of the way in, I'm like, oh man, I didn't even record like how it was before I got here. Because especially on a change out, sometimes I'll rip that unit out real quick, and I'll be setting a new one, and I'll be like, oh man, I should have set my phone on a time lapse or something. But it's just a different game, folks. And it's a learning curve of what actually to record, because nobody wants to watch the entire process of a system replacement or the entirety of the steps that you take on a service call. They just want to see the right shots, the right moments of that service call. And so it's going to be a learning curve, but please stay with me, stick with me. I think this will be fun. I just want to do it to have some sort of connection with the other communities out there, because I know there's a ton of people surfing the YouTubes, and they might find this content interesting, and I'll try to make it interesting, fun for you guys. But anyways, that'll wrap it up for this one. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button, hit a like, leave me a comment, give me your honest opinion about what you liked, what you didn't like, what you would do different. Come on, I want to hear what you would do different. I'm going to probably hear, I always probe up on every service call. It's your duty to put gauges on a system. And if you're not, you're cheating the customer. Whatever. I'm sure it's coming someday as I get subscribers and more feedback. It's okay. I enjoy it. I love it. But anyways, guys, take care. Be safe out there. It's 90+ degree weather. And stay hydrated, stay safe, and you know what? Enjoy life. So that's it for this.